This week we're on illusions due. You see, the illusion is, oh, Daniel's got this all figured out. He's all smart. No, I don't. But I can say with confidence, hey, come follow me. I figured this out. There's an illusion tied to having stuff, and I say it's more about the journey than about the stuff. I believe it was Craig McCaw that said, money is not everything, but it sure is nice to test that theory once in a while. And on a simple sidebar, I'm just sitting in front of a window. One cell phone. I don't even have good stabilization on in this thing. And some people complain. But you know what? I used to carry these big heavy Ikegamis with Michael Leanow in Global Net News and get to shoot some news stories. Most expensive camera equipment around. It's the story that matters. Richard Wiseman has been demonstrating illusions for over a decade that I know of. His YouTube channel has a couple million subscribers. He's got tens of thousands of comments. They all bitch about the same thing because he still uploads in 480.
For this bet, you need a square paper napkin and a marker pen. Draw a 4x4 grid on the paper, add 8 crosses like this, and then challenge your friends to rip out each of the crosses, but they're only allowed to tear the napkin once. To win the bet, fold the 4 corners to the center like this. Rotate the paper around and fold the top half over the bottom. Next, fold the right-hand side over the left. And then fold the top over the bottom, and finally fold the right-hand side over the left. Now hold on to the bottom right corner, and then carefully tear off the corner like this. Unfold the napkin, and all of the crosses will be missing. And when you unfold the corner, you'll have all of the crosses. And you've won the bet. Amazing.
You remember me introducing Dr. Paul Hegstrom and his phrase that we don't see things the way they are. We see things the way we are. You know, it's really good content, really great depth of insight into our own behavior, but he has very few views and subscribers. Oh, it must not be worth anything. I would say have a second look.
Take 3 on Angelina. Here she is.
In this message, and let's get started. Let's get, as the ducks would say here in Hood River, let's get quacking.
Here's the hotel we're in. Right above her is an office we've been looking at. What's my point on illusions? It's an illusion to acquire stuff and think that's the sign of success. No, it's not it at all. Ask Jeff Bezos. He's losing half his stuff. It's fair. The journey that you make with your family and with yourself and with your future generations, you should tell that story, because the journey is what's valuable. It's not what you acquire. It's not even the things that you post and build and leave as a legacy. It's not that at all. It's the experience and the wake that you make. Another facet, another aspect. I got to thank Trina Kerr for this. Graham Kerr I worked with for about almost 8 years. Trina was Graham's wife and producer of the Galloping Gourmet series. And Trina always used to rant on me. Daniel, get your hand out of the camera. Don't talk with your hands. Put your hands out of the camera. You know what? She didn't know about YouTube. You can talk with your hands in the camera. She said, they're distracting. I'm like, no, that's how I talk. Thank you, Trina. Rest in peace. Take a closer look. Look at the one on the left, the orange dot on the left, and the orange dot on the right. Who's bigger? Who's more correct? Which one has more power? The left or the right? Which one's correct? The right or the left? You see what's going on? Turns out they're identical. Measure them. They're both exactly the same. what you see is not reality. What you see is a perception, and you can easily be fooled. All right, so what's another aspect of this journey that can be an illusion? It's this. It's the false belief that your paraphernalia, the number of toys you have, the property that you own or don't own, is more accurate, has any indication as to the value or the ultimate outcome of your enterprise, your mission, your venture. They're not correlated. Many people rely on the false comfort provided by venture money. Sure, hand off ownership of your venture to get the pain reduced during the journey, like an oxygen bottle going up Everest. The problem is, you don't know how long it's going to take to get there, and you may run out of oxygen, in which case now you're in a loop that you got to go get some more. The other side of that is that you think you have to always have the latest, or you can't do without ABC. You're going to get yourself in more debt than you can carry, or you're going to sell off more than you want. And there's a game played against you. They know how long it's going to take, more than you want and hope, and you're not going to get enough money. You're going to go another round. You're going to lose more control. And when you finally figure it out, you're not going to own enough. It's been 22 years in technology, and Angelina and I still own 100% of the company. And it has been painful. It has produced some character. And I can tell my grandkids in the future and great-great-grandkids through my avatar, it was worth it. It was absolutely worth it. Look at your life now. It's not where mine has been. I changed lanes for you. We had an opportunity. So do you. I'm talking to you. You can change lanes for your generation, your next generation, and all of those family that you care to take. Don't be part of the useless class. Don't let the illusion of entertainment distract you from your mission, and don't let the avarice associated with lots of collateral, lots of toys, don't let that be the thing that holds you back. Okay, I'm done with my soapbox. That's what I've had to learn. That's part of putting those crampons and getting the backpack and the junk to go has been the delay. It's a lot to learn. It's a lot to unpack, if you will. Watch it a few times. I'm earnest about it. All of me. I know what this is. You see, the illusion is, oh, Daniel's got this all figured out. He's all smart. No, I don't. I've simply said, okay, I'm ready. Let's go. Let's tell the story. And I've had to pay a price. It's been painful and rewarding on different levels. So an illusion is, you can map it all out like an architect, like I used to do with buildings. Figure out every step between here and there. Map it all out. Nope. You don't know enough yet. It's too complicated. Nobody knows enough yet. It's way more complicated than humans can figure it out. You wait. Convergence is coming. If I dare say transhumanism. Doesn't freak too many of you out. Onboarding of our, well, let's just call it Internet of Things being onboarded. You got a lot of change coming. A lot of change. And you may not think it's going to happen. But it's the same as each week's episode. It's going to happen. Start telling your story. The illusion is you've got all the time in the world. I fell off a glacier. I thought I was just going up to have some fun with some friends. Life can change in an instant. Angelina's car wreck. She was supposed to be on Apprentice 3. She was just heading back from the studio. All over. Not even her fault. You don't know. None of us knows. That's worth thinking about. Why don't you go for it? You might recall that I've said, don't believe me. Test me. This is a point of view somewhere between scotoma and illusion. Google. Boy, everything's in Google. Not. Based on the 40,000 websites that I'm responsible for hosting, Google is indexing about 40%. Growth of the internet is compoundingly more content than there are data centers to store it. So Google has to decide, what stuff do we store? Well, they're going to keep stuff that they're being paid by advertisers. And everything else in the world? Rubbish bin. So when you go to Google thinking that I'll find out all the options possible on a menu, wrong. A lot of options are not on the menu. Try searching for something specifically when you're ready to buy for it, not just when you're curious to learn about it. Put a quote before and after. That's called a Boolean search. Quote, your string of 4 or 5 words, end quote. Often you'll get a little note at the top. No results found. Meaning, there's still a lot of room on the internet to put stuff, but Google can't keep up. But if you put something exactly where it's supposed to be, everything in its place, yeah, see where that one's going? An illusion is lots of property is a good indicator of sustainability or of your value. If that were true, try to explain Kodak, Blockbuster, Kmart, Sears. All organizations go through it. Solopreneur up through tier 4. They all die. Some starve to death. Some don't iterate. Sound familiar? Come on, get your gear on. Grab that camera. You can be more nimble than they are. Let's change some lanes. It's the story that matters. It's how the AI is going to digest you, and that your avatar is going to be built on what you most commonly do. So, I do, you watch. This year, we do, we watch. Next year, you're going to be doing it and I'm going to watch. Get your camera, turn it on, point it at the ceiling when you're sitting in front of a window, and talk. Who cares? Talk to your grandkids. Build your corpus. Don't wait for tomorrow. It might be an illusion.
What are you doing?
I'm having a spa moment as I brew my coffee. I'm warming my feet up because I've been programming and the floor is cold. So blood flow shuts off to your extremities. Your brain stays, working. You code. So I'm warming my feet up.
And how did you tell me about this in the other room to make me come over?
I said I'm doing an Angelina moment. Wellness by choice. Use what you have.